everyone, Logan and Nick here, and we're going to be playing a game of 40k, believe it or not, that's the game we play. So, we're both running some new stuff. Nick's got his Daemons, and I've got my Superfiends, aka Superfriends, aka they wish they were Chaos, but they aren't. This is basically similar to the Superfriends list, so we'll go over the list sort of in depth for you guys in a minute. We're playing one of the missions from hopefully what we're going to be running at Capital City Bloodbath, and potentially Power Fist and Psychers 5, if that happens first. It's an adaptation of one of the Adepticon missions. So we've got two scoring zones, one right here. These are 24 inches in from the right-hand table edge and 18 inches up for each player. So one there, and one over here. Both of these have a 6-inch scoring radius around them, instead of 3 inches like a normal objective. And if you control it, starting on turn 2, at the top of your turn, if you control your own, it's worth 2 points. If you contest, in air quotes, it's 1 point. And for your opponent's one, meaning the one further away from you, if you control it, it's worth 4 points. If you contest it, it's worth 2 points. And then for the second sort of main objective, I guess, is double kill points. So each unit you kill is worth 2 points. Then for tertiaries, we have something else that we'll figure out and to tell you when we get back to it. Don't have the mission open for me right now. So Nick, give us a walkthrough of your list.
Cool. I'm running 2 demon cads. In one of the cads I've got a Bloodthirster, the Bloodthirster, I think it's the Insensate Rage.
Insensate Rage, I think, yeah.
And he's got the Armor of Scorn, so the Armor of Scorn gives, means all attacks that target him are -1 strength.
Yep.
And the other HQ for that one is Bellacore. And to satisfy the troops tax, I have a unit of Plague Bearers and a unit of Pig Horrors. The second CAD, I have Fady running the show with a Herald.
He's hiding down in there, in the building.
Yeah, with a Herald, with the Book of Cheese, the Grimoire.
Grimoire of True Names.
Yeah, he's with his 6 favorite space sharks. And they have 2 units of 10 horrors to satisfy the troop tax.
In reserves over here.
Yeah, and then because I took Fady, I unlocked a Demon Prince as a heavy support who has the Impossible Robe, which gives him a 3+ invulnerable. He can reroll 1s. Though if he fails one and suffers a wound, he has to take a leadership test, and if he fails that, he dies.
And what do you have for psychic powers? You've got some good combos.
Yeah, Fady has, I'll have to consult my list here. Fady's got Sacrifice, Summon, Shriek, Molten Beam, Precognition, Smite. Demon Prince has Shriek. My Herald has Incursion, Dark Flame. And then 2 of my horror units rolled Cursed Earth and 1 rolled Sacrifice.
Pretty good setup for the horrors. And of course they all have Flicker Fire as well. So there's each demons.
Yeah.
Alright. My side of the table, we've got 2 units of Ravenwing Bikers. 1 proxy, because I forgot a model. These guys both have Grav and Combi Grav on the champion. Just normal Ravenwing bikes. They're in a Ravenwing Assault Force, the detachment. I think that's what it's called. Leading them for their HQ, we've got an Interrogator Chaplain on a bike. He has a Power Fist and his Krasius Arcanum. And then for elites, we've got a Ravenwing Command Squad. We do have a couple sort of proxies, because this is a work in progress. Actually just got most of these models a couple days ago, so still whipping up all the conversions. Ravenwing Command Squad, we've got this guy who's going to be the banner for the day. We've got a Grenade Launcher, which is on the guy that actually has a Grenade Launcher here. And we have an Apothecary, which is the dude right here with the Flamer. So that's a work in progress. Joining them is a Company of the Great Wolf. For the 4 HQ choices in there, we have 2 Wolfguard Battle Leaders with Runic Armor and Thunderwolves. We have 2 Iron and Storm Shields, of course, and Power Fists. And joining them, there's 2 Iron Priests on Thunderwolves. Nothing fancy for them. Each with 3 Cyberwolves. We've got these really cool old Fleshhound models that we're using for those. And then for the troops, we've got 2 units of 5 Close Combat Wolf Scouts. Pretty hard to see with the lighting and the black primer. But they are there, and they are actually WYSIWYG, believe it or not. So that's pretty cool. They're all blobbed together along with a Librarius Conclave with 4 Librarians, one of whom has an Auspex, the rest just have Force Axes and Space Marine bikes. For psychic powers, the Axe guy has 1 and 2 on Telepathy, which is Mental Fortitude and whatever the first one is.
Dominate.
Dominate, that's right. The guy with the claws, they're all modeled separately just to make it easy to keep track of. They all do have force axes. Claw guy has invisibility and hallucination. The dude with the spear has iron arm and enfeeble. And of course, these guys all have the Primaris from their associated psychic thing. And then the fist guy has sanctuary and cleansing flame along with banishment. So if you do get that 2+ reroll, I'm nerfing it to the ground. It's going to be a 3+ reroll on ones. Yeah! Booyah! So with that, I've already done my scout moves. Nick does not have scout moves. So who do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
You want to go first. All right, I am going to try to seize just to see if I can get rid of that Bloodthirster turn 1, because I've got my 2 units of bikes here that are in range. So, on a 6, I get it. Before I do, Nick, good luck.
Good game, yeah.
All right, let's see what we get. That's a 3.
Thank God.
So we will be back at the end of Nick's turn 1. Nick doesn't look happy.
No, I'm not happy.
What happened in your turn 1, Nick?
I had a lot of good things go my way. I grimmed the Bloodthirster. Warp Storm gave me +1 invulnerable. I moved everything up, and I put him within charge range of your big unit.
Yeah, 7 inches.
So he's at a 2+ invulnerable.
He's invisible.
He's invisible, so he's slated to do some damage, and then I roll 3 on his charge, and even with a reroll from Fady, I don't manage to get him in. So.
Oh, unfortunate. I was looking forward to that combat. It'll still happen. We'll forge the narrative at some point.
Yeah, anyway, so that's disappointing, but we can do.
All right. So with that, we've got him. Yeah, Cursed Earth is on from those guys there.
Yeah.
I think that was really everything. There was a shriek that went off, killed 2 of the bikers from this unit. Mm-hmm. I think that was everything for the psychic phase.
Pretty much.
All right, cool. So for movement, Screamers came over to here. Demon Prince flapped his wings, and he's flying, right?
Yeah.
So he needs to be looking this way.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't really, it'll matter for your turning, because he was on top of there,
Yeah.
right? Which way are you doing this forward?
Well, I guess it should be that way.
Yeah. Okay. It's all good. So we can keep track of where they're going. Those guys are cool. So, Fady and Bellicor came up. Basically tried to pinch everyone in here, but they are flying except for the Bloodthirster who's on the ground. Mm-hmm. And the Plague Bearers just hopped up, so they're now in the scoring zone over there. Mm-hmm. So with that, we're going to go to turn 1 for the Superfiends. Of the Superfiends turn 1. I thought about being greedy and going over here, but I didn't do it, because I wouldn't kill enough for it to matter. So instead, I decided to lump everything right into that guy. I moved my bikes, turbo boosted both of them. One unit is now chilling in the building there, with one guy just outside. The other unit is just the one guy left, and he's over here contesting this objective. So Nick only got 1 point this turn, going into his turn, I should say. And then everything else I have is all clumped into combat with a D-Thirster. So Nick actually won combat here. So the Armor of Scorn, I know I've trashed it. If you listen to the podcast, I have trashed it. It came in really, really handy for Nick. Look at that smile. It came in really handy because my Strength 10 is basically reduced by 1. So even with Enfeeble on him, I'm not instant deathing him. So I actually shouldn't have even bothered with Enfeeble. But it is what it is. Because he's D, so it doesn't matter. But it took him down to T5. So I got a few more Force wounds on him, I guess. But in the end, it didn't change anything. For my Psychic phase, I got Force, Invisibility, and Hammerhand off on the Death Star. And Enfeeble off on the D-Thirster. Nick's dice were not cooperating once again. But they came through after that. So in return, I did 2 wounds to the Bloodthirster. And I lost one of my Black Knights, one of my Cyber Wolves, and my one of my librarians who had really crappy spells. But it's 2 fewer dice for me. So I'd say that actually ended up pretty heavily in Nick's favor, because I totally forgot about the Armor of Scorn. So either way, I was going to eat the charge eventually, but that's where we're at. So that is the end of my turn 1, and we're going to go into Nick's turn 2.
Yeah, it's a real roller coaster here.
Dice joke. Roller coaster.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But so thought I could keep the party going with grimming the Bloodthirster in the pile. Unfortunately, even with a Fate reroll, I failed Grim, so instead of having a 2-up invulnerable Bloodthirster, he was a 6-up. So
it's the one time per game you don't want it to happen, right?
yeah, exactly. Just because he was doing a fantastic job of killing guys and holding up the unit. So he failed that. Naturally, he dies. Other than that, not much. I'm just trying to put OBSEC into here to collect points.
Yep.
And then also I've got over here. Psychic phase is fairly uneventful, other than killing the last Black Knight there.
Yeah. Lots and lots of failed. Two failed shrieks onto this unit.
Yeah, 2 failed shriek.
12 hits from the Zinch thing.
Yeah, I tried to kill his apothecary from outside of combat.
Oh yeah, that was sneaky, eh? That was sneaky.
Using a Nova and did a bunch of hits, but anyways.
Yeah, only rolled strength 3, right?
Only rolled strength 3, so then
got I think like 2 wounds.
Yeah,
saved both of them.
So that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So other than that, I'm kind of playing the game a little loose. Haven't played in a little while, so
yeah. It's my first time with the army over here as well, so we're both sort of reading rules as we go.
Otherwise, so far so good. It's back and forth, but without the Bloodthirster, it's gonna have to be a bit more cagey now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back in my turn 2. End of turn 2. Wow, turn 2. Yeah, for the Superfiends. So last turn we killed the the Bloodthirster in Nick's turn, and then Consolidate basically hung out the ruins. But there was a unit of horrors there, and a demon prince on the ground there. So moved over. Long story short, multi-charged. The demon prince actually didn't take a single wound in the combat. He passed all of his saves, even though he was banished. So he had a 4-up rerolling one instead of the 3-up.
And he would have been instant death.
Yeah, and he would have been instant death because it was strength 10 attacks. But Nick accepted the challenge, which is a smart move, because I totally forgot. That was a mistake on my side trying to kill him. But we got a ton of wounds through on the horrors, as one might expect. So basically you were down by 7 or 8 on combat. So all 3 of the units ended up popping, unfortunately. So the unit is there. Nick is ahead on primary because he's got, or going to get, another 2 points this turn. So he'll be up to 3 to my 0, I believe. But on secondary, I think I'm a little bit ahead because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm at 8 points on secondary to Nick's current 1.
The librarian doesn't count as
2. Yes, to Nick's 4. So a little bit ahead there. We'll see how the kill points play out because Nick's still got a lot of stuff that I can't kill if it's flying. So it may just turn into a durability battle. But this unit here is invisible and has force right now, so it might live through some shrieks because they still got to roll to hit. And we'll see where that goes. So we'll be back at the end of Daemons 3. Daemons 3.
So, not too eventful, lost a lot of my heavy hitters, so now I have to play KG. What did I do? Psychic phase wasn't too eventful, I was failing a lot of kind of easy powers again. I did get Molten Beam off, but was only able to do 1 wound on these guys. Other than that, I really don't think I was able to do too much. These guys came in, deep struck, to, at the top of Logan's turn, contest this because they're OBSEC.
Yep. You control it, actually.
Or control it.
If they're still alive next turn, you're going to get 4 points.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm giving Logan a choice. Either he has to go after those, or he has to go after the sharks. In the shooting phase, I rolled 7 on the Warpus Com, and I like to play it a little dirty, so I re-rolled it and ended up with a 10, which was +1 invul.
Yep.
So it helps with these guys Grim. They're on a 2+ re-rolling 1 invul save, which helps them being fairly close to the deathiest of Death Stars.
Yep.
So at this point, I'm basically trying to stay alive and cage out some points from Logan.
All right.
That's about it.
So we'll be back in Superfriends turn 3. All right. End of turn 3 for me. So, I got no points on primary this turn. Secondary, I got 2 points. Basically what happened here is we fought the imprints last turn, and then Nick had set himself up. I thought he was going to take the Screamers, and I thought he was going to just run away. But he got Grim off on them, he got a 10 on his Warp Storm, so they're sitting on a 2+ rerollable. But he put me in a good position to be able to multi-charge, because I was basically right here. This is the edge of my unit, so I was able to circle this unit and get myself in a position where I could multi-charge and just string across to these guys as the primary target. So with that, with the combat res, he was on double ones for everything. The horrors all died, and 4 of the Screamers died here, and there's 1 left. This unit is dominated though. That's going away in Nick's psychic phase. But I did not get Invis off. I think I don't think I got any psychic powers off actually. So they're pretty much just chilling. The Screamers got hit by the grenade, so they're -1 weapon skill and initiative. On the other side of the table here, my scouts came on, so they're just chilling in the ruins right now, trying to keep away from the plague bearers for the time being. The bikes moved up, so they're just within 6 inches, but they're trying to be as far away as possible from the plague bearers as they can be. So actually, they're troops anyway, so I don't even contest it, so you still get your points. So Nick's actually doing pretty well in primary. I think I'm in a position where I'm going to be able to start getting some points pretty soon, because you're out of units in reserve, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll see what happens. Again, nothing in my army is OPSEC, which is kind of tough. So we'll see where that goes, but with that, we're going to go into Demons turn 4. Of Demons turn 4.
Alright, so things are getting tricky.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to sit down and focus now. So basically I just have the Herald, 2 Screamers left. Luckily they were able to kind of live a little bit. I got Bellicor, Fady, and these guys just holding this objective. They're doing a great job just living. We did Psychic Phase, and I was able to summon 3 new Screamers, and I turbo boosted them in this direction so that at the top of Logan's turn they contest his zone.
Yep, so I don't get any points.
So,
or I get 1 point.
He'll get 1 point, and I'll also get a point.
If they're still there on your turn, yep.
Yeah, if they're still there. But anyways, I prevent him from getting some points. And then that's about it. Other magic didn't really work out. And in combat here, he didn't do any wounds, but I did 1 wound on the Wolfguard Battle Leader. So I have his 2 HQ choices here on 1 wound. If I can somehow, at some point in the game, kill them, that'll be nice.
Yeah, you do some kill points?
Yeah, get some kill points. Otherwise, yeah, that's about it. It's really just trying to stick around here and trying to kind of pick off points in different areas as much as I can.
Gotcha. And this here was a result of a hit and run at the end of combat. So 13 inches over.
Yeah.
Alright, going into Superfiends turn. At the end of turn 4 for the Superfriends, we split up the Death Star. We got about half the unit over here, and the other half broke off to charge over here. We got 3 of the dogs, so the Iron Priest and his 3 dogs. The Librarian was Sanctic, and one of the Wolfguard Battle Leaders, the one that's not the Warlord. The rest of the Death Star went over to here, and then we had the bikes move over here, get into combat. Other unit of Wolf Scouts came on in that corner. Those Screamers are all dead. So Wolf Scouts in there, Wolf Scouts here, just moved up through the ruins. And then, what else we got here? For combats, I should say for the Psychic Phase, we tried to Banishment, got it off on like 4 or 5. Nick denied it, I perils, took a wound. Over here, we cast Hammerhand, didn't go off. In here, we invised, went off on 4, perils, took a wound. So this unit's invisible. This unit's in combat. We did 3 wounds total, basically. Killed the Screamer, killed the other Screamer. And then, or sorry, no, you lost by 1, right?
I lost by 3.
Lost by
2, sorry.
By 2, you're right, because I killed one of the Screamers all out. And yeah, so that's basically what happened there. then some combat res, pop them. The Herald is still there with 1 wound left.
Yep.
1 wound left. Over on this side of the table, the 3 guys went in, killed I think 1 with Hammer of Wrath.
Yeah.
And then a couple more, and then a few more pop due to combat res. So Nick's got to play pretty sharp here. The problem for you right now, I think, is you're going to be able to sort of keep me going on these objectives till the end of the game, because we're going into your turn 5. But I think the only way you're going to keep that going is either getting those guys on the ground, which is really dangerous, or summoning, which is giving me points on secondary. So we'll see how it goes. Again, this is the first time we're just testing this mission, so
Yeah.
starting to see a couple of the possible problems with it. But with that, we'll be back in Daemons 5. End of Daemons 5. What happened here, Nick?
I Grimoire Bellicor, and he came down here. Maybe Logan will want to play. Other than that, not too much. Fady came out here, casted some spells, failed to cast Psychic Shriek, casted Nova, but then rolled 2 on the strength, so it didn't do too much. Killed a couple with Flicker Fire, but then was also summoned an Exalted Flamer. I have the model somewhere, but I just moved, so it's in a box. Anyway, Exalted Flamer landed, flamed, only killed 2. But I guess that's statistically how it should have been anyway. So that's about it. I'm really just trying to hang on to points here, trying to pick off these easier points, but with the casting not going off, it's getting hard to kill these units. So that's my turn 5. It's going to Logan's turn 5, and then we'll see if turn 6 happens.
Yeah. All right. The Superfiends turn 5. We moved the scout up, thanks to They Shall Know No Fear, was able to charge. Ate the Overwatch, killed himself, I should say, thanks to a Fate Weaver reroll on the to wound roll. Then the bikes came in and did absolutely nothing. So we're chilling in combat there. My scouts at the back shot and killed 1 Plague Bearer. And then over on the other side of the table, my Warlord broke off from the units and is chilling back here, just holding that objective. And the rest of the unit came over. They're all pretty close to death, but we charged Bellicor, who was on a 2+ invulnerable save, and threw some slightly unlucky dice from Nick. Died pretty fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was that. And I actually, I probably should add some more rolls because I forgot about Hammerhand on there. But yeah, anyway, Bellicor went down. So with that, we're going to see if the game continues. Nick, do you want to use the official casino die?
The official community. Yes.
We have a turn 6, so we'll be back at the end of Daemons 6. The Daemons 6. What happened?
Well, not much. I was able to kill the remaining scouts here, and I was able to kill 2 of these bikers here. Other than that, there's not an awful lot. The rest of Logan's army is at the other end of the table.
Yeah, chilling over here.
So basically now just trying to collect points, and that's about it.
Gotcha. Yeah, over here the fight with the Exalted Flamer of Tzeentch. I did 1 wound, which was enough to pop him on combat res because I passed my save for the 1 wound he did back. So,
Might have mattered last turn. I should have checked his stats last turn.
what was it?
Well, because I only rolled 1 attack because I thought it was useless.
right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be back at the end of Superfiends, turn 6. End of 6 for me. I just kept this guy over here to get points for turn 7 if we have one. Move those guys up to get line breaker. Over here, got greedy. Put the biker into the Plague Bearer and didn't kill him. So we're killing. I killed 1 with grab though. Killed 1 with grab. So only 1 guy there, but yeah, Nick rolled a 1 on his save for the Hammer of Wrath.
Used my Fady reroll and saved him.
Yeah, which was actually a really good choice because Nick didn't realize that Fate Weaver was outside the radius to hold that objective.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's good. That worked out well for him. So let's see. Do we have a turn 7? We do. All right, we'll be back at the end of turn 7 because it's gonna. So it turns out I wrote a really good mission. Maybe either that or we're both just equally incompetent. So we're here at the end of the game. Nick has Fate Weaver and a Plague Bearer alive. I have my Death Star minus 2 librarians and a single biker alive. So to deny him that combat in turn 7, I hit and run at the end of his turn and succeeded, fortunately. But we added up the scores.
Wait, whoa, we didn't talk about the forging the narrative.
Oh, we forged the hardest narrative. Tell them about the narrative.
So, well, we'll run you through it. So essentially what was here at the beginning of my turn was this. So Fady said, not on my watch. He turned over, warp speeded, and charged in.
Yep.
And he did a wound, but Logan saved it. And so Fady almost killed somebody in close.
Or no, he didn't do any wounds. Your Plague Bearer did a wound, which I saved.
Anyways.
Fady didn't, and used his reroll to wound, and still didn't.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
So Fady tried to forge a hard narrative, but he really sucks in combat. So.
Oh yeah, weapon skill 1.
Yeah. But anyways, Logan, smartly, because this actually really does matter, he hit and run so that I wouldn't be able to kill him in combat. Didn't kill anything here. So go on about the end of the game scoring.
Right. So my turn 6, end of my turn 6.
Yeah.
I did something really stupid. I invised this unit.
Oh yeah.
Because I was worried about Fate Weaver coming over and sniping off the Iron Priest or something, and I ended up losing my librarian to perils.
Yeah.
So anyway, that happened. At the end of the game, I had a line breaker, and Nick had first strike.
Yeah.
And that was all we had on tertiary. On the primary, apparently I'd been miscounting it because I thought I was further ahead, but we ran the numbers again. So Nick actually had 16 points on primary because he controlled that for all 7 turns and contested this for 2 turns. So he was up to 16 there. And with that, I had 7 points because I basically just contested this for every turn, except maybe the last turn. Oh no, I got 2 points. Okay, yeah, there we go. So, yeah, I contested for 1 turn and controlled it for 3 turns after that. And then we added up our kill points. So from my side, Nick got the 2 units of Wolf Scouts and 2 Librarians and a Bike unit, so 5. So you had 10 points there. From Nick's side, we got, let's run these numbers again.
3 units of Horrors.
Yep.
A Bloodthirster.
Yep.
Demon Prince.
There we go.
Herald.
Yep.
Screamers. Summon unit of Screamers. Exalted Flamer. And Bellicor. So
That's
10. 10.
So I got 20 points from that. So for anyone following along at home, that puts the final score at 27 to 27. So this was a perfect tie, despite how the table looks, which is pretty crazy. So this is going to be an interesting mission of the tournament. I'm curious to see how many ties we get with this. I feel like the double kill points really balances it out compared to the objective control.
I'm gonna be honest, on the outset, I thought the double kill points was ridiculous. I was like, this is crazy. How are you supposed to manage against a Death Star? But essentially you saw that. I spent a lot of the game just trying to keep the Death Star on this end, and with my OBSEC, I knew I was just racking up the points here. I didn't realize that it was that significant, but I thought that's all I could work for. So, yeah, I guess so far it manages to eke it out, and the double kill points at the end game played a big role because you had your 2 scout units and it was really motivating. That was a big incentive to go there and kill them, because it would, any little bit helps. But yeah, so I don't know. I think it was good, and I guess it really would put armies like Eldar with all their MSU. Well, I think it would level the playing field a bit.
Yeah, so we'll give it more games. We're not going to base it all off one, but overall, you had a good time? Definitely fun. Frustrating at times. I'm one of those players that gets frustrated. Frustrating at the dice not rolling at peak moments, but that's Demons for you. Yep. The nice thing about Demons, though, even though the dice rolls can go poorly for you, is depending if your list is designed properly enough, you're always kind of playing the game. And this, I think mid-game, I thought Logan was just wiping. I thought it was at 0 points, essentially. And so, but by the end of the game, I actually managed to tie. And it's because Demons just have so many different tools that you can, take advantage of. So, absolutely. Had a great time. Great stuff. All right. Well, hey, thanks for the game, man.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome back to the real world of Warhammer.
Yeah, that's right.
Excellent. Anyway, thanks for watching. We did try a new style with this, so let us know if you think it's good, or we should just go back to what we had before, just pure turn-by-turn stuff. None of these fancy video techniques for the interstitials.
Yeah.
As always, check us out on Twitter, at OnePlusNick. I'm at OnePlusLogan.
Yep.
Chris is on there as well, K-Number Chris. Andrew for the Batman stuff, OnePlusAndrew. I think Danny tweets like never, but he's at OnePlusDanny if you want some War Machine stuff. If you do like what you see, we do appreciate any support you can throw our way. You can check us out on Patreon. It's patreon.com/OnePlusArmor. And there's all sorts of goodies for doing supports, dice, tournament entry, t-shirts, a little bit of everything. So check that out. But otherwise, stay tuned for some more battle reports and war gaming news.